Keisha laughs. That is not a secret. And then I feel terrible. And I feel my eyes beginning to sting. I start walking away, but she pulls my sleeve and pulls me back. Albert looks upset. No, that's not what I mean. I mean that we know that, but it doesn't matter to us. However, Albert says, I do wish it was easier for you. We will not share your secret. Mr. Daniels says I have something called dyslexia, which makes it hard to read letters. That's why I've been staying after school so he can help me. Keisha is wide-eyed. Extra school after school? That's terrible. I mean, terrible. I want to tell her I'd spend the night at school hanging upside down in the closet if I could just read. I don't mind. He's nice to help me. And we'll help you, Albert says. But I worry that maybe he can't help me, I say. And then I mumble, it makes me feel like I'll grow up to be a nobody. How can you say that, Keisha asks. Well, you'll probably have some big successful baking company and Albert will do whatever in the world Albert will do. And I'm just hoping to read a menu in a restaurant. Keisha steps up and puts her arm around my shoulder. You say he's going to help you, right? You say, Albert adds, and then pauses to think, that you'll grow up to be nobody, but logically, if nobody's perfect, well, then you must be perfect. Perfect? Me? Oh, no, I say. You are pretty perfect, Allie, Keisha says, laughing. Do like Mr. Daniels says, be yourself. Be who you are. You know, Albert says, I've wondered about that saying, and I can't ever find an answer anywhere on the internet. What do you mean, I ask. Be yourself. You always hear that. So, Keisha asks. Well, Albert begins, what if you don't know who you are? I get what he means, I think. People ask what you want to be when you grow up. I know what kind of grown-up I want to be, but I don't know who I am. Now, Albert stretches his legs out. There are always people ready to tell you who you are, like a nerd or a jerk or a wimp. I think how it's hard not to believe the bad stuff. Look at it this way, Albert says. If you had to be in a tank of water with a killer whale or a stonefish, which would you choose? Well, duh. Who's going to choose a killer whale? Well, in the wild, killer whales never attack people. Like, never. A stonefish is way more dangerous with its 13 venomous spines. It's the words. If the killer whale were called the friendly whale, no one would be scared. And I think of words, the power they have, how they can be waved around like a wand, sometimes for good, like how Mr. Daniels uses them, how he makes kids like me and Oliver feel better about ourselves, and how words can be used for bad or to hurt. My grandpa used to say to be careful with eggs and words because neither can be fixed. The older I get, the more I realize how smart my grandpa was. Hey guys, okay, so that's the end of our read aloud for today. Tomorrow the chapter is called A Picture is Worth a Gazillion Words. I'm going to drop a discussion. Remember, the Flipgrid discussion is not required, but if you'd like to do it and you want to see my response, then go ahead on to the link for Flipgrid, and I've got a question about that quote her grandpa gave her about eggs. So I hope you guys continue to have a great day and enjoy the rest of it and be safe.